Hi everybody! My name is Michelle the Bookworm, and in this video I'm going to be discussing my TBR list for May. I've recently come across or purchased a lot of really good used books, and I kind of wanted to organize myself a little bit and kind of get an idea of what I really wanted to read this month instead of just going nuts. So I've kind of narrowed it down to about 9 different books that I would really like to read this month, and we'll see how that goes. So one of the first books that I would like to read for this month, I actually don't have with me. I'll probably borrow it from the library, but it's for my Goodreads book club. It's called The Lonely Hearts Hotel, a novel by Heather O'Neill. It sounds really interesting. So it's about this orphanage where wealthy families in the 1900s send their 13-year-old preteen pregnant daughters. So I read like a little excerpt at the beginning of it, and it sounds really controversial and intriguing, and it talks about an issue that was really purposefully swept under the rug in the 1900s. So I'm going to be reading that for my Goodreads book club. I also listen to an audiobook before I go to bed every night. So the audiobook that I'm going to be starting very soon is I'm going to be listening to The Wizard of Oz. And I haven't read that before. I mean, I've seen like the movie 1,000 times, but I haven't actually read the book, and it's on my 100 essential books list that I have, so it'll be really cool to cross something else off on that list. The third book that I actually have a copy, and it's the third Harry Potter book. It's the picture book of the third Harry Potter book, and I'm hopefully going to read all of this and finish it for the May Read-A-Thon that is going to be happening May 11th. So hopefully, if I really dedicate myself, I can read this entire monstrosity in a day. That's my goal. I am currently reading A Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I'm about 100 pages in. 79 pages in. So I will hopefully finish this one pretty soon, within the next week or so. This one is, if you don't know it already, it's a dystopian book about how in the not too distant future where our society has kind of gone back to very religious, restrictive roots, particularly for the women, and this is about a handmaiden who's older and is experiencing living in this era while still remembering what it was like before. So it's pretty interesting so far. The next book that I will be reading is, so after Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, I'm hopefully going to finish this during the Read-A-Thon. I actually have a French copy of the 4th Harry Potter book. I do speak and write in French, but I have never actually read an entire book in French. I'm very excited for this book, actually, just to kind of like test my knowledge about the French language. So I'm not sure how long this is actually going to take me. I'm not going to read this until after I finish Prisoner of Azkaban, because I like to read the books in sequential order. And I don't want to rush myself with this. My goal is to read a chapter a day. And with this having over 30 chapters, it will definitely take me the entire month. So this will be something that I possibly do in the morning. Instead of studying French, I'll read a chapter of Harry Potter. The next book that I will be reading, probably after I finish Harry Potter et La Coupe de Feu, is I will be reading Victor Hugo's Les Miserables. This is I might actually start this in May because it's going to take me a really long time to finish Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in French. And I kind of like the idea of reading a book in French and then reading about France. So this will probably happen more in June. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll try. So after Les Mis, I'm going to be reading kind of like a softer book. I found this actually in one of those lending libraries on one of my walks. It's called The Traveling Cat Chronicles. I've actually heard a little bit about this from one of the other booktubers that I follow, and it's kind of sweet. It's about this cat who, it's a novel that gives voice to a cat named Nana and his owner Sarotu, and they go on a road trip to go visit the owner's lifelong friends. So it sounds really sweet, it sounds cute, and it's not very long. It's like almost 300 pages and it's pretty small. So I think this will just be a really fun read. And the next book that I am going to read after The Traveling Cat Chronicles is Sens and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I actually really love a lot of Jane Austen's work. I love her satire, and I haven't read this one, and I have recently acquired a lot of Jane Austen's and Bronte novels, so I really need to start going through them. And I thought that this would kind of just be really fun. It, portrays the lifestyle of two very different women, and just kind of talks about their love lives. Generally, Jane Austen, usually she's critiquing something in some of her satiric novels. And I'm looking forward to seeing what aspect of Victorian culture she's actually critiquing in this novel. So that should be fun. And if I finish Sense and Sensibility, I'm going to end my month with a book that I've kind of just randomly, I was given to by a friend of mine. It's called Borne by Jeff Vandermeer. It's about, again, it's not quite post-apocalyptic. It is post-apocalyptic. The cities, the world's kind of been in ruin, and this girl and her boyfriend find this plant animal thing that has a very strange charisma about it, and this is it. It looks kind of weird and funky. But apparently, it makes it so that people, the company starts going after them, and it's, but they start to feel very protective towards this creature that they aren't sure where it came from. So I really love books like these. I really love books that are, post-apocalyptic, and in the end, the people triumph over the company or whatnot. So that is my TBR for this month. We'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping that I can read through all 9 of these. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like I can probably do it. That's my goal for this month at least. Anyways, if you have any recommendations of books that I should read next month, I'm probably going to continue to do TBRs because I feel like that really organizes my reading for that month. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. And feel free to share your TBR. Do you kind of organize what books you want to read throughout the month, or is that just me? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!